Reasonable. I will fire the cannon.
Alright, so we have Battle Royale 3. I believe we are still in the winner's bracket. We have New Ursula, Ursula I2E versus Yzma. We have Ursula going first. And going over to Eric's ship. And superiority right off the bat. So fading to the jungle. And right away we see a child out. For anyone not familiar with the characters, Ursula is trying to start her turn with the trident and the crown both at Ursula's lair. It's actually not a start of turn anymore. That's the original Ursula's objective. Yzma is trying to defeat Kuzco with Kronk. We see a smash it with a hammer from Yzma, discarding Pacha, and I believe one of the Beware the Grooves. Getting off a Fate and putting Eric at Ursula's lair. Ursula going to the palace, moving over Eric. And we're going to spend... going to get back a Whirlpool with Opportunist. Whirlpool different than in the original Ursula, drawing 5 cards and discarding 4. We have a couple of guards out, and a Dinglehopper to Eric with the Fate there. Moving over to Ursula's lair, and no superiority this time. Playing a peasant to the meat hut. I can shuffle Pacha back in. And back into Mutka's meat hut. We see Whirlpool. Allows Ursula to get through her deck quickly. Flounder not quite as devastating in the new Ursula. Only shuffling the Fate discard pile and not the discard pile for the villain deck. Smashing with a hammer. And there's Kuzco. Not what you want to see when you're Yzma. Kuzco gets smashed. 4 different Fate decks are put back out. Alright, so Yzma's still looking for Kronk. Ursula going to spend some money on the crown. And Grow Giant probably fading. New Ursula likes to fade quite a bit. Looking to cover up some actions. And what do we see? Wrong lever. So Yzma loses a power. And we have Yzma going over to Pacha's house, moving over some guards. Spending 2 to play Cruel Irony. And I believe we smashed that deck. Yes, we did. Oh, the irony. Might have thought that that could have been Kuzco in that deck when Wrong Lever was played. Let's see what we got here. We got... Okay. 3-2, 3-2. Okay, as even as they can be. We have Return to Form, which I think there is still no other hero in there, but Scuttle will take that extra Dinglehopper. Ursula losing power if she moves to either of those locations. Moving Scuttle over and moving the crown over. And playing Jetsam. Jetsam and Flotsam a little bit more useful in new Ursula for vanquishing purposes. They can be useful in the original Ursa, but sometimes that activate gets covered very easily. We do see Kronk pulled out with Right Hand Man, and back over to Ursula. Drawing 5 cards, sorry. And then gonna discard. Probably looking to maybe get a free Trident off when a Vanquish pops up here. Looks like Beware the Groove, and Pacha is the only one in there. I believe wrong card. Yep, so we're pull that back out. Okay. There we go. Shuffling the hero and not Beware the Groove. Alright, choosing to vanquish Tipo with the Imperial Guards, and then play Kronk to the Peasant's location. Going to the shore. Ooh, change form. Useful card for Ursula. We saw an accidental reveal of Ariel there. Yeah, she's better at the bottom of the deck than potentially coming back out for return to form. Although I think a couple of those are already gone. So Yzma going over to Fate, and a couple Snarfblats. Giving that over to Scuttle. Snarfblat now makes it so Ursula has to defeat that hero before other heroes. Moving over the crowns, we have half of our objective met as Ursula. And we have Flotsam coming out. No superiority, so whichever deck to fate with, fating at the palace. And we have another child. Oop, where did that child go? She has disappeared. Hopefully they can find her without me. There she is. Don't want to have to adjust the view here in the middle of recording. Alright, on to Yzma. Going to get some power. Oh no, just spend 1 on Beauty Sleep. And changing form again, looking to get rid of Triton, and there he is. Triton pulling that crown all the way back over to the palace if he's played. And 5 cards still in the Fate deck. That's a little bit to get through. Looking for Flounder to get that back over. Going to move over the Peasant. And probably go over to the Palace to Fate here. Spending 2 on some guards. And what do we have here? Grimsby and Flounder. And Grimsby doesn't have any binding contracts to discard at the moment, so I'm gonna shuffle in. Yep. Alright, gotta lose that power for the Dingo Hoppers. And we have discard option for Fate. Looking to cover up that Fate again at Mudka's Meat Hut. And we have Pacha. Choose to shuffle 2 decks if desired. And 2 and 1. Getting rid of Chaka. And there is Arrogance for a free Trident. And that could be... Although I think I saw Poor Unfortunate Souls already in the discard pile. Otherwise that could have been win if there was enough power, but not enough power. Moving the Trident, and moving over Flounder most likely. Now we're pulling back out. Oh, nope. Gonna look and try to get rid of Triton. Pulling out a change form. Or Poor Unfortunate. Nope, Poor Unfortunate Souls. Alright. Yzma needs to Fate. Ooh, that's not what you want to see. And Aerial. So that is still going to prevent a win because Scuttle has the Snarkblat at the moment. But that's only going to be temporary. Yep. So getting rid of Scuttle. I don't think that overrides Aerial. I don't think that was the intended design of that, but that is what the card says, so we will go with that. So game 1 goes to Ursula. And Yzma choosing to go second, doesn't like starting hand. Superiority. And a peasant with no one to shuffle back in. Discarding some binding contracts. And we do see right hand man for an early Kronk. Discard Cruel Irony and Fate. And Zidit Fate. going to whirlpool for some items here. And let's see what we get to see next here. Vanquishing Tipo and free ally and free item. Moving over Krunk. Ursula continuing to fate. Written a little early. Ooh, no surprise we're not playing Triton. Just wanting to cover up that fate. Can just be moved kind of right off the direction there. So gaining 2, move Flounder, move over Trident, spend 2, change form. Spend 2 on some Imperial Guards. And nothing to play. Never what you want to see. Dead Fates. Gain 3. Searching for Whirlpool, probably. Nope. Thought we might be using that to search for the item, but we are trying to get rid of Triton again. And there he is. That's going to be not easy to overcome. Moving away, Flotsam. Discarding and after them. Ursula gonna chuck some cards. Looking for the Crown. Superiority. And choosing to Force a Fate. Beware the Groove to put back Tipo. Gain 1, spend 2. Snarfblat. Spend 1 on Grow Giant to gain 3. Not moving anybody. Interesting. Grimsby or Return to Form, which I don't know. Triton's in there, but I don't know if any other hero is. Spend 2 on the crown and moving it. Gain 1, spend 2. Guards at every location, except for Kronk's location. Ursula discarding cards. And looking to fate. There's Tipo. Couple ferocities would be nice. Although Scuttle's only a 2. That would not trigger with Scuttle. Discarding the power from Kronk and gaining it. Gonna gain 2. Spending, I can't see, it's off to the side there. Pulling back Poor Unfortunate Souls, moving over Ariel to Flotsam's location. Discard a couple cards. Probably looking for Triton again here. Sebastian. Might have put Sebastian at the Eric ship. Moving over Sebastian. Gain 1. Gonna get some power for heroes. And fading. Do we see Triton? We do not. So, I guess you... Yeah, Snarfblat. Scuttle. Spend 1 to pull back Poor Unfortunate Souls. And still looking for Triton. Ooh, yeah, I don't want to see that. Interesting that we just played the card off the top and didn't choose to search. But there's Triton. That's going to pull both of those items all the way back to the palace. Getting rid of Scuttle to move one of those items. And putting a dagger on Kronk. 2. Moving over Scuttle. Get rid of Chaka. And spend 1 to smash with the hammer. Bucky and Path of Righteousness. Gain 3. Spend on a couple binding contracts. Vanquishing Scuttle. And yep, discard that contract. Yzma gonna come Fate. Discard Beauty Sleep. And what else do we see here? Scuttle with a Dinglehopper. I don't know if we've seen any eavesdrops played, so I don't know that we know where. Ariel's defeated. And what do we see? Chicha. Chicha, Pacha's house doesn't do too much right now. Spending 1 on after them. Losing some power. A little bit more annoying than it would have been. Peasant and Peasant. That's a nice call, I think, on that. I think both of the Paths of Righteousness are in the discard pile. Coming over, gonna move Triton off of the location there. Move over the crown. Yep, discard the contract from when Ariel was defeated. Moving over Kronk again. Do we have... Okay, no. Oh, we're spending 2 to play after them. Should have left it alone. And fading. Do we see Return to Form? We do. Get 3, spend 4. There goes Ariel. Nope. Doing Sebastian instead. Smashing with the hammer. Getting rid of the Where the Grooves. And Snarfblat. Ooh, yeah, I don't think you play Sebastian here. Ooh, I would have Snarfblatted somebody. Those items are already past Sebastian's location. Moving over Ariel. Gonna spend 1 to pull back Poor Unfortunate Souls. And move over an item. It's a race, though. I'm not sure if we've seen all 3 copies of After Them yet. Gain 1. Discard some power off a Kronk. And Dingle Hopper and return to form. I don't know what else is left in there. I think I'd have done that at Ursula's lair, because that would have forced a power loss and wouldn't have been able to play the poor unfortunate souls there. Getting rid of Ariel, moving the crown, moving the trident. Do you have after them? Nope. And there's Ariel. Ooh, don't put her at the eel. Put her away from the eel. Gonna gain 3. Spend 2 on a contract. And I think that's gonna be game next turn unless we have an after them. Nothing in that. Well, could get a Snarfblat out. Moving over Kronk. Need a Snarfblat. There's a Snarfblat. Who do you give it to? I think you give it to... Yeah, probably one of the ones that are farther away there. Poor Unfortunate Soul still in the discard pile. Gonna Fate. Not sure what's left in that Fate deck besides Cusco. Might be another wrong lever, maybe? Yep, wrong lever. Do you have after that? Cusco the only one in there. I think you just discard your hand and look for an after them. Yep. And another Snarfblat. Alright. What does Ursula do? Got a board loaded with heroes. I just move somebody off there, maybe. Change form. I don't know that I would play that. Because I think there's only... Yeah, there's only 3 in there. Yeah. Play the Cauldron and get an ally. Did you draw the card? There it is. And that's Cusco gone. Alright, tied 1-1. On to game number 3. Alright. I believe we have Ursula going first again. And we will start the timer. Going to Eric's ship. And 3 games starting with superiority. Yzma loves to see that. Fading to the jungle. Ooh, Chicha. Probably the best spot to have her, because you can get your 3 power right back. Gonna spend 2 on some guards, and discard a couple cards. And we have Scuttle with a Dingle Hopper. And I'm just going to move him right off of there. And play and move the crown. Early item. Gonna smash with a hammer. Wrong lever for no power loss, and Tipo gone. And Sebastian. Just gonna go ahead and move the crown. And what do you play? We see Grow Giant. Nope, just the Cauldron. Cauldron, a nice card in the new Ursula. Let's see. Mudka's Meat Cut. Smashing with the hammer. Ooh, both children gone. And Pacha. Discard some cards. Ooh, discarding the other after them. Still another one in there, though. Still looking for Kronk, too. Yeah, I think you double cover that fate. Sebastian might be getting moved here, or we might be going for a fate. Nope. I'm gonna move Sebastian off and move the crown. Spend 2, looking to get rid of Triton. Snarfblack gone. And top and bottom, what do we have here? Full return to forms. And Flounder there. Yep. Gonna move to the shore. Pulling back. Playing. Oop. Yep. Wrong card. There we go. Discarding some cards, and we'll move that one over too. Finding and getting Kronk. And discarding a smash. And Snarfblatt to Flounder. Chucking some cards and fading. And let's see. Yeah, I think you put one of those kids back in there. Oop, hello there. Not what we wanted to see. Return to form and Snarfblatt. I'll probably give that to Scuttle. He can keep pulling those Snarfblatts back out. Let's see if we utilize the Cauldron. Yes, we are searching for an ally or a binding contract. Discard some cards. Spend 2 on beauties, 1 on beauty sleep. Alright. Got a fate. I think if it's a hero, you just stack that hero at the jungle. When beauty sleep resolves. Gain 2 power. Oop, 2 power. There's 2 power. Draw 2 cards, move a hero, yep. Moving over, spending 3 on Kronk. Discarding. And fading. And there's Ariel. Yeah. Moving Sebastian twice with Grow Giant. Interesting to cover up that move up on top of the palace. Getting rid of Chaka. Spend 2 on some Imperial Guards. And we're going to see a fate from Ursula. Whoop, hello, cards. No superiority. And fading at the palace for Bucky. And we're going to see Mudka's Meat Hut. Get some power from Fake Funeral. Looks like 3. And then discarding some cards. Grimsby or Triton. I think you just go ahead and pull that crown out with Ariel already out. You just pull it down. Not choosing to do that, though. Double covering Ursula's Lair. Poor Unfortunate Souls to get rid of either Flounder or Eric. Oh no, playing the Trident. Gain 1. Big Funeral. Yzma says, I don't care for your trickery. Oop, there you go. Now you play him. That was good weight in the hand. Yes, items can't be moved to Sebastian's location. Working in Ursula's favor there. But still annoying. Gain 3. Stacking. Yep, you've essentially given up that move. Gain 1, discard. Discarding Ferocity. I'd have hung on to that. Yeah, it's a good place for that Dingle Hopper. Gonna gain some power. And now we see Poor Unfortunate Souls. To get rid of Flounder. And moving the crown. Spending 1 to pull it back. Discard. Still looking for Cusco on Yzma's side here. We got some Imperial Guards out. And we got Return to Form, which I think is only... Well, you got Flounder and Max. I think you move Sebastian. That lets the... Oh no, still going with that. Interesting. I guess with Ariel out, it's not really... Probably going to try to get more use out of the There's a binding contract on Max. How many times can Poor Unfortunate Souls be played? There's Max gone. With the trident moved over. Yzma still looking for Kuzco here. Spending one on after them. Is Kuzco there? Peasant, Kuzco, and I think both kids are gone. That might be a win for Yzma. That is a win for Yzma. 2-1, good match.